beyond the battle.
Face cam today. We got face. We got face. Face. How you doing, Ping? Okay. Nice. Yeah. Right. For mood, you know, just really everything's in the right place. Sweat. Oh god, you're sweating your ass off. Yowza. Well, get better, will you? Okay. First of all, this is my dojo. We got the nice tree over here, big tree. Of course, it's the ICEbox Dojo, right? So we have a giant snowman dead center. Boom. Important. Then, over here, we have, you know, recreational dartboard, nice celebratory table, right? Pumpkins, too. So, seasonal, right? So, yeah. I like this setup quite a bit. Yes, get better. Okay, so I'm going to start this stream off by talking about Ken's combos. They've changed over the course of the past couple patches. In the most recent patch, they added a lot of like step kick juggle potential, and they've you know, like also in a previous patch they buffed his DPs, which then switched the optimal combos that you would go for, because normally you would always go for like, oops, I got this on counter hit. You would always try to incorporate Tatsu into your combos because it did more damage than your Dragon Punch, but they've kind of leveled that out a bit so that now EXDP does just as much as EX Tatsu. And then the step kick juggle. Now you get that in the corner, whereas previously you had to get the crush counter first. But I'll start from the basics first, which is going to be jump in combos. And for the most part, I'll review the optimal combos to go for. You can go for other combos, different knockdowns for different Oki situations if you want to give your opponent a different look, kind of switch up your offense, or show them something that looks like it's a setup so that you can bait a reversal, stuff like that. But for the most part, I'm going to be going for optimal damage combos. And Ken's kind of an Oki monster anyway, so even in those combos, he still gets really good Oki. Almost every knockdown, he gets really good Oki. I'm going to turn on key display. I personally play on hitbox, but if need be, when you're looking at this video later, if you are, you'll be able to slow down different situations to see what I had to press. You know, I still got to do quarter circles, but there's some hitbox shortcuts. And every so often I'm on a single monitor, so I'll tab just to look at the chat real quick. Okay. Both his heavy jump-ins do the same damage. It's the most case for almost everybody. I don't have this on counter hit, so let's say I just want to do the most damage. No bar, right? This would be like post stun, because in any other situation you'd want to hit confirm first. So most damage. 303. Not a single bar used. Pretty good, right? And Well, we're going to be starting off same deal with like mid-screen combos. There's a lot of different combos that Ken gets access to when the opponent is cornered, but those will come up as we get to that. So that's the most damage you can do off that. The problem with that combo is unless you set up the spacing yourself, you won't always get the back medium punch. After most jump-ins, if you go right into the back medium punch, you'll still get the heavy kick Tatsu after the chin buster, but you know, you won't get the extra damage from the medium punch. And the good thing about that jump in is that this back medium punch is a single hit confirmable button. You know, any good Ken practices single hit confirming this button and this button. Well, we'll talk about that later too. Okay, so that's most damage from a jump in. No bar. Mid screen. If you want to spend a bar, almost 350 damage. Right? You can do that combo, which I believe does more stun, but the same damage as this combo. Okay, so 347, 545, same damage as the previous combo. So the crouch heavy does 545 stun. Okay, 5 more stun on the crouch medium punch. So it depends, right? If I'm playing footsies with my opponent and I make a jump read on a fireball, I'm almost always just going to go into this. The reason I'm going to go into the crouch heavy punch is because it guarantees the same optimal damage, and I don't have to worry, or I have to worry less about where I jumped in from. See what I mean? Like I can't get that back medium punch always unless I set up the spacing myself. I can recognize that spacing. You know, let's say I'm here. Let's say I'm like somewhere around here. I can recognize that spacing and then go into the combo, but you're not always gonna get that back medium punch follow up because of the spacing. So 1 bar jump in. Mid-screen. There you go. And next, let's say, I don't believe without trigger you can spend 2 bars mid-screen. So, yeah, 347 is the damage you have access to off a jump in. No trigger, just 1 bar. So we're gonna go right into 3 bar. Let's say you want to spend super, right, off a jump in. This is what you're going to want to do. And you want to cancel on the second hit of heavy dragon punch. And look at that, 500 damage. Wasn't a counter hit jump in. That's your optimal critical art damage from a jump in. No V trigger. So 500 damage, that's pretty good. Ken hits pretty hard. I think Ken is a great character. You know, he's got some flaws on defense. He's a 4-frame character. Does have a reversal. Neutral buttons are stubby-ish. You know, there's some characters that have it a little worse even. And other characters outclass him as far as neutral goes. Like Akuma's buttons, Karen's buttons, and a few others. But he makes up for a lot of his flaws with just damage conversions, Oki, and damage output in general. So, we're mid-screen. Let's go. Let's say we want to activate trigger. So we can probably do. Let's see. Actually, I want to. That's 300 damage off a jump in. Okay, 347 off a jump in. Much better. 347, and I want to say, yeah, better stun. Okay, no bar, mid-screen, V-trigger activation. 347. Now let's say I want to spend a bar. What you're going to want to do is... Oops. So he side switches there, so you got to be ready to DP on the other side. 380 damage, right? Yeah, start from EX Tatsu, right, exactly. But starting with EX Tatsu, I want to say it doesn't give you too much like damage. So like if you're mid screen and you want to spend 2 bars, you could probably do something like this. You got to hit this dive kick a little high to get that whiff target combo follow up. So something like that if you wanted to spend 2 bars. Which isn't bad, you know, let's say your opponent has been using normals to anti-air and you really want to get in that dive kick. Alright. Over his head. Oh, I'm doing it too fast. Ah! Then yeah, you want to go into the EX Tatsu. You can also go into EXTP too. It'll do the same damage. So it depends on what Oki look you want. Okay. So V-trigger, 1 bar was this. Right, 380 damage. Not bad, right? 2 bars jump in V-trigger mid-screen, right? You can also do EX Tatsu, or EX Dragon Punch there. But 395. 395. Now, I want to say going into V-trigger here, if you want to spend critical art, is a bad idea. Because it's just going to scale your damage down a lot. So 505 without V-trigger is what you get. So let's see what I can get using V-trigger and critical art. That was 2. I might be able to get 3 hits on that, but... So 472. Okay, maybe... Okay. 472 or... 487. So still not 505. And I don't think I can hit 2 hits. Yeah, I can't even get medium... I can't even get medium Dragon Punch there, it'll whiff. So yeah. So if you have trigger, but you gotta jump in, you want to spend critical art, you're gonna maximize your damage from going right into the Dragon Punch into critical art. 505. Let's say you're already in trigger, right? And this will be no bar. So I think what I want to do is this. 355, no bar. Yeah, so that's only 315. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure this, like Kick Tatsu, Heavy Dragon Punch. Boom. Alright. Pretty good damage for no bar. Let's say you want to spend 1 bar. This is what you're going to want to do. 392. 1 bar mid-screen and V-trigger. Now, so that does the most damage. I believe this does a little bit less damage if you use Chin Buster first. Oops. Yes. So you just want to go right into Stand Heavy Punch, because that sets up the run just like the target combo would. So yeah. That's your optimal in V-trigger 1-bar combo. Now, you want to spend CA? I believe you do this. So this is going to do 529. So to break that down, jump in with this, follow up with crouch heavy, and you want 2 hits of the medium dragon punch, which you can get as long as the opponent is grounded and you're close. With heavy dragon punch, you can get 3 hits there, but 150 on the full hits of medium, 100 after 3 hits of the heavy dragon punch. So this is definitely going to be your optimal damage. Okay, so that's optimal damage mid-screen from a jump-in. Now, I won't go into like the finer details of how to play Ken, as far as, you know, what if I get a jump in where I'm not close enough, or you know, what if I get a jump in where I hit an extended limb, you know. Those are very specific examples where you can get follow-up damage if you know what to do. But I'll break that stuff down in either later videos, or you'll figure it out. Okay, so now we'll do the same deal, but in the corner, because it changes now that he has his step kick buff. So in the corner, after a jump in, so no bar being used, the most damage you can get is 319. Pretty good, pretty good. For 1 bar, I believe for 1 bar, it's kind of the same deal, where you want to do this. So that's 347. Let's see what it is with the step kick combo. Yeah, 329. So still the crouch heavy is the best way to go there. And you can't get that 2-hit medium Tatsu into EXTP because in the corner he isn't pushed far enough for the first hit, the launcher hit of the medium Tatsu, to whiff. So he doesn't get that high juggle. So if you want optimal damage in the corner, 1 bar, no trigger, that's the way to go. That right there. Okay. Okay. 2 bars. In the corner, no trigger, jumping combo. It's going to look like this. $388. Some Kens will tell you that they often whiff the light kick Tatsu after the EX Fireball. Like that. And that's because the way to remedy that is you want to hit the heavy punch high. If you hit the heavy punch high, there's going to be less overall pushback when you land. And then this into the EX Fireball, you'll be totally fine. So set up your jump spacing, hit it high, and you're good to go. Easy stuff. In the previous season, they were so afraid of whiffing the light Tatsu after that EX Fireball that they even went to this. Because the stand heavy punch created less pushback than the crouch heavy punch. But they were missing out on 10 damage there. So just hit the jump in high, and you're all set. Like, you can hit that all day. That's super easy. 388 too, so that's pretty good damage. Okay. And then let's say you want to go into critical art. It is going to be same deal as the mid-screen combo, I believe. So boom. So you get 505 using that combo. Let's just entertain the other combo with the step kick. And after the step kick in the corner for heavy Dragon Punch, you still get 2 hits cancel into CA, but I don't think it's going to be 505. So let's see what this looks like damage-wise. Right, 479. So optimal damage. Still going to be that. Still going to be that. Okay. Now, let's say you want to go into V-Trigger. The way I would go into V-Trigger is I would jump in with a heavy, high, use crouching heavy punch, do medium DP, and then cancel into trigger. The reason you want to do medium DP and not light DP, light DP has more damage on the first hit than medium DP does, but medium DP has different juggle properties. So after the V-Trigger cancel, if you do medium DP, you can follow up with light DP and heavy DP after. Whereas if you use light DP to trigger cancel, you can only follow up with heavy DP. So let's see what that looks like. $372. Pretty good, right? Just to show you light DP. Oops. See, I don't get that juggle. So you want to go medium DP. Exactly. Now let's say you want to spend a bar here. You probably want to... I want to say that's it. Wait a second. So... No, I hit that, Yeah, so that's 372. Let's see, how do I want to spend a bar here? 380. I guess that's the most. Yeah, 380 is the most. So just spend it on the EX afterwards. So, optimal 1 bar, corner jump in, going into trigger. The bar isn't worth it. That's optimal damage. Let's say they're racking down to that final pixel and you just want to squeeze out as much damage as possible, sure, go for it. But in this combo, and combos where you go into trigger, the bar is usually really not worth it. So yeah, so that's going into trigger, 1 bar. Let's say you want to spend 2 bars. What you would do is... Actually, you know what? 380? I might be able to squeeze more. No, 371. Okay, so I got 1 more damage point, okay? And what I did was, instead of using the medium DP, I canceled from crouching heavy punch, did crouch heavy into EX fireball into heavy dragon punch. So 381 is the most it looks like. Yeah, that big, huge, giant 1 extra damage. So just to reiterate, jump in, want to go into trigger, spending 1 bar. That big old 381 damage. Okay. Let's say you want to spend 2 bars. So if you want to spend 2 bars, I'd probably spend it on the EX Fireball, like behind the trigger cancel. Right, so 393. ball, that's 3. Alright, so 393. So, not a lot more damage. Using 2 bars on a trigger cancel combo isn't usually the best idea, but there you go, there's your optimal damage. So just to reiterate. Okay, heavy dragon punch at the end, 393. Okay. So, now let's say you want to spend critical art, right? Pretty sure. Oops, I want to cancel on the 3rd hit there, because in V-Trigger, Ken can cancel into critical art on the 3rd hit of Dragon Punch, instead of outside of Trigger, where he can cancel on the 2nd hit of Dragon Punch. So there's the 3rd hit. Let's see what this does. 508 by canceling into Trigger. Okay. Let's see what that does. 518, so that's better. Okay, so using that medium punch DP to get the double dragon punch juggle after the fact squeezes out a little bit more damage. Because normally, right, mid-screen you just do this. Oh. And that gets you your 505, right? But if you're in the corner, you can use the medium punch DP if you have trigger to squeeze out a little bit more damage. Which is, you know, that's good. That's fine. So there you go. $518. Not bad. Okay, now let's say you're already in trigger. Corner jump in combo, already in trigger. Let's say no bar. That's 387. Let me just take a look at the step kick combo. Okay, yeah. So going crouch heavy right into the double dragon is what's going to get you the optimal damage. Now, another thing to note, just like a side note, is that when he's in trigger, normally he does get the double dragon punch combo in the corner, but note that he gets it after the step kick as part of the step kick buff too. And that can happen after the Chin Buster target combo or the Lion Breaker target combo. And another side note, to make things a little bit easier execution-wise, I find that doing light DP into medium DP and canceling on the first hit is a bit easier when going into super. It's a little bit less stun from the 3 hits of heavy Dragon Punch, but it's the exact same damage. The first hit of medium Dragon Punch is the exact same damage as the first 3 hits of heavy Dragon Punch. So that's the combo that I like to do. And just a quick cautionary tale. If the opponent started on the ground when you did the first part of the juggle, you won't be able to get medium DP afterwards. See that? You don't recover in time. So if you're doing a grounded combo, you have to do heavy Dragon Punch there if you started the punches when they were on the ground. But if you started them off of the target combos, then you most definitely get the medium punch after. And the way I time the canceling on later hits of Dragon Punch is I just do more, you know, if you're on stick, you would just do a quarter circle for each time that you'd want to cancel on. So I'd fill in the blanks with 2 empty quarter circles before I do the third one, and then cancel on the 3rd hit of the Dragon Punch. Okay, So that's no bar, right? There you go. Now let's discuss one bar. Ken gets stupid amount of damage while in trigger from a jump in with one bar, and this is what that looks like. 446. 446. I'm gonna let that set in while I take a sip of wine.
Oh yeah!
446 damage. Oh, Hector, how's it going, buddy? I'm breaking down some of Ken's combos right now, and I'll probably upload to YouTube and stuff. Thanks for the follow. Okay, so now let's talk about a 2-bar combo. Already in trigger, jump in, corner. Okay, so you went from 446 to 458. Not a big jump. If you got a kill, sure. I probably wouldn't use the bar otherwise. Let's say you want to use all 3 of your bars. You want to go into critical art. You're already in trigger. This is off a jump in. Cancel on the 3rd hit of that heavy dragon punch. And you get big boy damage. Now, there is a combo where you can get potentially more damage than this. And the way you do that is off of the Tatsu, right? The heavy punch and the heavy kick both do 90 damage on landing. Boom, 90, 90, right? So also any of the combos that I've talked about from jump in can use either of those buttons as the starter. Thanks, Hector. But the Tatsu does 100 damage. So the reason I know that combo was going to do less damage is because the Tatsu pushed me out too far. So that my light DP didn't get the first active frame. Or what I like to call, I didn't hit it deep enough, basically. So that I got the full damage. See how that's 130? And that's 80? When you hit it deep enough, the light dragon punch will hit for 130. When you don't, it'll hit for 80. Ooh, I gotta get the heavy punch. Crouch heavy punch first. So. Nope. That's not it either. There it is. Alright, so this is your optimal damage. 559. That's the most you're going to be able to do while you're in trigger. Want to spend CA, they're in the corner, you got to jump in. You could probably figure out some way to like space this, you know, like let's say you run into them, backdash. Or like back jump and then forward jump. Something like that. You'll figure out a way to space it. Just because it's like super easy and not much less damage. I usually just go right into that. Which goes against my philosophy on the other 2-bar out of trigger combo, but I'll work in an auto spacing and build that to my game later. But that's the optimal corner in trigger spend CA combo. Okay. Now that's off of jump-ins. I'll chat about common punish buttons, right? Just so you know how to optimally punish someone. The most common punish is probably a 4-frame punish. And Shotos, for the most part, are going to punish with their stand-like kicks. You know, Ryu's going to do stand-like kick Tatsu, Ken's going to do stand-like kick DP. So, for example, like Balrog's dash punch, or most characters stand heavy kicks or -4. You want to punish with this. This is how Ken is going to punish. Right? 102, 156. 156 is the most no bar, right? Let's say you want to spend a bar. Then you would do, right, 174 or 174. Same deal, same deal. You can't really punish. You can't. There's no 4-frame 2-bar punish. But let's say you want to go into CA. Second hit heavy dragon punch. Boom, 410. Not bad, not bad. Now, as far as the 4-frame punish goes, the punishes are going to be the same if you have your opponent cornered. Right? There's no like... There's no extra juggle properties because he's a V-trigger. Like, he's outside of V-trigger. 4-frame punishes are going to be the same deal. Okay. So that's 1 bar, 3 bar, no bar, 4-frame punish. Common, right? Another common punish is a crouch medium punch punish. And this is on like Kami's blocked spiral arrow or Chun-Li's, like let's say you duck after blocking a spinning bird kick, then you're right in the wheelhouse for a crouch medium punch punish. So the no bar, there you go. Or if you're in the corner, right, the 1 bar, right, and then from crouch medium punch, the critical art one mid screen, it's probably gonna be, oh no, okay, so 6-frame, right? 6-frame crouch medium punch. Your crouch heavy punch is also 6-frame. So if you want to go into critical art for those specific punishes, that's the one you're going to want to do. So go right into crouch heavy punch. Now that's 470. Oh, let me see what this one was. $422. So yeah, 6-frame punish on moves like that. Just go right, crouch heavy, boom, right into heavy dragon punch, and then critical art. So there you go. There's your no bar punish, your corner no bar punish, your 1 bar punish, and then your critical art punish. Your 1 bar punish for the corner, which is a scenario I think I left out, is just add EXTP at the end of that. Okay. So now, that's a common. So the 6-frame punish, the 4-frame punish. Let's say, well, let's say you're in trigger for these, right? So for the 4-frame punish, right? You can do that. Ooh, you gotta wait. There we go. Same damage, a little more stun. But that's your 4-frame go into trigger. If you want to spend a bar to go into trigger, you can do that too. I immediately went into crouch heavy punch there, but you are so plus after hitting EX Fireball on hit into V-trigger cancel that you can dash after the EX Fireball. So that's good to know. The other thing about the 4-frame punish, like going into V-trigger, is that normally you wouldn't be able to cancel light kick into fireball unless it's counter hit. So EX fireball is not only a good way to punish go into V-trigger, but let's say it's on block, you're still like super plus after the V-trigger cancel, so you can still maintain pressure. Whereas like, you know, you can't really go into Dragon Punch on block and then go into V-trigger because you're -7. In any Dragon Punch V-trigger cancel on block scenario for Ken. So you don't want to be -7 for sure. Okay. And so that's the combo you want to do if you're spending 1 bar. You reviewed the no bar, which was just the heavy Dragon Punch follow-up. And you don't really want to spend. You don't want to spend bar there. If you did want to spend bar, you would do medium, but you don't really want to spend bar there.
Oh yeah!
So you can also do something like that. Tayson? Yeah. Yeah, I know of him. He's from... Wait, he was Levy's roommate, right? Nice name. Thanks for the follow, buddy. How's it going, Rush? Okay, let's say I wanted to... Let's say I was already in V-trigger. 4-frame punish, right? You get that. You know, you don't get that because he doesn't move as fast forward outside of V-trigger. You gotta be really close to get stuff like that. So while you're in V-trigger, you kind of have more access to that stuff just based on spacing. So you can punish somebody pretty hard. Look at that, 264, great corner carry. The other thing you can do while you're in V-trigger, if you don't want to spend a bar, is his heavy Tatsu, faster startup, right? So from stand light kick, you can go right into heavy Tatsu, whereas normally outside of V-trigger, you would need the counter hit. So that's kind of nice, especially for his crouch medium punch hit confirm. And yeah, if you wanted to spend bar, and then if you wanted to go into super, stand light kick, medium DP, 2 hits. Can't do 3 lights with heavy. Yeah. So, V-trigger. Well, I mean, that works. So maybe. Okay. Interesting. So if I start with crouch light punch, it looks like it doesn't work. If I start with stand light punch, it works. You know, this is all point blank. This isn't like... Yeah, I'd probably rather do that anyway. So I'm probably not going to go for the heavy Tatsu. Crouch light punch should have less pushback because it added a tick throw, right, this season? Exactly, Rush. Exactly. Okay. let's say, okay, so 4-frame punish. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. You know, for the most part, you want to do this, actually. No bar, look at that damage. Crazy, right? And if you want to spend a bar, boom, there you go. And then if you want to go CA, 2 hits medium DP. There you go. Four-frame punish when the opponent is in the corner, though, is you want to push yourself far enough out so that you get that juggle, right? For the 4-frame punish. Still too close, but I mean, you could do something like that. You could do something like that. Let's say 4-frame punish. That's 275. $274. So, well, if you're just close. I'll cancel the. Yeah. So if you're point blank, then probably a safe bet just to go into that. But if you're not point blank, then that's a great option, because it gives you both dragon punches. With a well-placed up B, wave dash, shine spark. There you go. There you go. Nice, Danny. Just multi-shine this fool. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the 6-frame punish stuff. Just because those are the common ones, right? 6-frame punish, not in V-trigger. If you want to... Right? If you want to spend a bar, then you're going to do this. Nice. If you want to spend CA, 6-frame punish, you can... Oh wait, I already talked about that. But V-trigger, let's say you want to go into V-trigger from a 6-frame. You want to do that, or... Well, that's suspend a bar, but... I mean, you can do... You can do that too, but I believe... So that was 255. 299. Or no, sorry, 257. Oh, wait. That's what I was looking at. 28, wait a minute. Six-frame punish. Well, that's 298. Boom, 298. 6-frame punish. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna stream Smash, Danny. Absolutely. I'm super excited for Ultimate to come out. Alright. I'm gonna put my back to this corner. 6-frame punish going into V-trigger. You can just get both dragon punches there. That was only 248 though. So you would do that if you need the step kick to go into V-trigger. If you don't need the step kick to go into V-trigger, you can do something like that. Right, 298. So, let's say you want to spin a bar. Normally you want to do it before the V-trigger cancel, I believe, for these ones. So 324, pretty good, right? Yeah, that's not that great. 294. Alright, so yeah, spending on EX Fireball, 6-frame punish, you're gonna go from this to EX Fireball. How's it going, follow? Alright. Let's say 2-bar. That's 324. So 2-bar is gonna be 337 for 2-bar, which I guess isn't. Yeah, that doesn't work. Which I guess isn't that bad, but I probably wouldn't spend the bar. Critical art, right? Let's say you want to do critical art. That's probably what you want to do. 427 damage. Boom. Same deal with the corner combo I talked about earlier as far as canceling, like when to cancel the critical art. First hit of medium punch DP does the same amount of damage as 3 hits, the first 3 hits of heavy dragon punch. So, and the other thing too is like, in this combo, it can be easy to whiff that that last hit, I believe. Yeah, so I don't want that to happen. So I just cancel on the first hit of medium DP. And I'm gonna get that every time. Every time. So that's 6-frame punish, going into V-trigger, spend your critical art. I'm good, follow. I got a glass of wine, I'm talking about Ken combos. I went through all his jump-in punishes earlier, and, not punishes, but like jump-in, yeah, punishes on stun, I guess. And then I went through his 4-frame punishes. I'm going through some 6-frame punishes. And then after this, I'll talk about his crush counter stuff. So, let's say you're already in V-trigger for these 6 frames, right? You can do, for 1-bar, I guess you would, that's 299, or... Yeah, so far this takes the cake for 6-frame punish. I guess you could do... Yeah. Right, 6-frame punish is gonna be this. Now 1-bar, you're gonna do this instead. Oops. $344, pretty good, huh? You can add the step kick. If you are taking them to the corner, and if you add the step kick when you take them to the corner, you don't need the EXDP to maintain the juggle like you would mid-screen, right? You can't get that. Also, you can't get that either, so that's a corner only, taking them to the corner. If you want to spend a bar, let me let the health fill up there. 348, decent. So it's like really not worth spending the bar there, to be honest, if you're gonna start from crutch medium punch. Now, if you're near the corner, just throw in 2 of those. Actually, no. No, you want that. Well, you don't want to miss it, but... $338. $335. Okay. Yeah. So, looks like you do want this. Still crouch medium punch. Because you get all that step kick stuff. 6-frame punish near the corner. 1 bar. Right, 406. That's stupid good damage. He hits like a truck. Yeah, okay. The other thing is, so this is all just combos for now, follow, but there's so much, there's too much other stuff to like cover all in like in an all-encompassing video. I could do a guide, right? But it would be, it would definitely be multi-part. So this one will just be combos, optimal combos. In the next video, maybe I'll talk about confirms or frame traps or something, and then another video would be like Oki. Yeah. So there's definitely a lot to talk about with this character. But a lot of people, a lot of like lower ranked Kens, as they're learning the character, will be like, just like totally surprised when they see some of the combos that he can do that are optimal, you know, because they didn't know you could do that, or like some Kens still don't know that he gets this juggle, you know what I mean? Or some Kens still don't know how to fully utilize like the step kick buff. Oh, why isn't that coming out? There we go. I mean, that's not optimal. You still want to do that, but anyway. So yeah, those are some 6-frame punish examples. Obviously for 5-frame punish, right, go right into his chin buster. Tatsu for a pretty good corner carry, or you can go into this if you want that jump pressure damage, or that jump pressure afterwards, or a different Oki setup. Same damage as the Tatsu, but there you go. And CA. Boom, there you go. And if you're near the corner, easy, right? If you want to go into trigger, you don't need EX Fireball for this one. See how that doesn't combo unless you have counter hit, but that's actually a combo. So if you want to go into trigger, this isn't a bad idea. You get a micro walk there to get that double hit of the Tatsu. But actually now with the step kick buff, you can do that. So 323. 323. More damage, but if you need the step kick to give you trigger, then you can do the other combo. Okay. So yeah, so there's the 5-frame. If you want to spend a bar before, that's cool.
Oh yeah!
Oh, thanks for the follow. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, good morning. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so let's talk about crush counters. Can still do... Well, Okay, I'll do crush counter combos, but then I'll talk about counter hit specifically. It's not always best to go for your crush counter buttons when the opponent is in a counter hit state, like when they, you know, whiff or hit a block with their reversal, say, for instance. This is Ken's no bar, mid screen, crush counter combo. Needs counter hit on. You can go, so you're +5 after that run, so you can go right into back medium punch. But that's 256. And that's 255. So adding the jab actually adds a point of damage here. Right? Simple. You've seen every Ken do it, right? Let's say you want to add a bar to this. That's 288, but mid-screen, now with the Tatsu buff, you don't actually need to do this into medium kick Tatsu. It's a little bit easier now. $279. So, still more if you just cancel, but just know that you can still get access to more damage on the full target combo without having to do the more difficult back medium punch cancel. So there you go. So that's stand heavy punch, right? That's one bar. Let's say you want to go into critical art. I want to say this is it. Oops. Back medium punch, heavy dragon punch, 2 hits critical art. 424. Or is it this? Ah, 442. That is the most damage you're going to get off of crush counter to go into CA. Now, I kind of made that look easy, but that's very easy to whiff, as you can see. To make it a little bit easier to time with slightly less damage, you can use light punch, dragon punch instead. You don't have to worry about the second hit cancel either. I'll show you the damage on that first. $434, so not as much damage as 2 hits heavy dragon punch. But again, this one's a little bit harder to time. You know what I mean? It's pretty easy to like wait too late or whiff, right? Super easy to whiff. Oops. Super easy to whiff. That'll get it. Yeah, so this is optimal. This right here. Nice, nice. 442. Heavy kick. If you this crush counter button, you can do, you know, if you're close enough. That's your 1 bar. Or that's your no bar. This is your full bar. $390. You can go right into critical art after the run. You don't need the dragon punch. But it's less damage. If you're close, I want to say this is pretty good, right? 422, but actually if you're close, you want both of those hits. $430. Yeah, $430. Okay, So it's gonna be this. And apparently that's easy to whiff too. And second hit. That might whiff. Yep. That'll whiff. There we go. What? That should get it. Hell yeah. First try. 430. Good lord. So far away, 1 bar, you can also get stuff like this. Right? Which is good. You can also just go right into step kick, which is good because, you know, it builds your... You know, you get half a bar from the crush in the first place, and then it'll build your V meter even more. Plus, he doesn't get bad Oki after the step kick anyway. My boy, how's it going, Drew? I am talking about Ken's combos, optimal damage combos. And right now we're talking about crush counter stuff. Let's say you want to go into trigger after the crush counter, which is common, but damage-wise, I wouldn't usually spend like any bar in that situation. So let's look at stand heavy punch. So you want to micro walk a little bit more. There you go. Look at that. No bar, 266. Crush counter. You can also do... that, but I like the heavy dragon punch after the Tatsu first. So for... I'm gonna be up for a while. For a little while. I'm gonna do this Ken stuff for a bit, and then we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. For crouch heavy punch, crush. Well, let me show you the reason why some people play Ken in the first place, right? It's because he's flashy as all hell, you know? Like he can do ridiculous shit. Look at this stuff. You know, what character is like as cool as this? None. None. He's so freaking cool. But to go back to what I was talking about. In like an hour? I might be down. That would be 3 in the morning for me, but I might be down. Okay. Crouch heavy punch crush. Let's say you want to go into V-trigger, right? Oh, actually, I have loads of ways to do this. So this actually isn't a bad way to do it. Right, 272. Or... Oops. Look at that, 333, 1 bar. Not bad, huh? I mean, you could do this. Oops, I'm on the other side. Oh no, that's 333. Oh. Right, no bar, you could do something like that. The DP's better. So far, wow, that was weird. Oh. You want 3 DPs, basically. Right? There you go. But you can also do stuff like this. That's cool just because it looks like super sick. I mean, you can do stuff like that. You know, that's super sick, right? Or stuff like this, you know? Or stuff like this. Like, this is just a sick character. So, What else can he do? What else can he do? We're on crush counters. Alright, let's talk about going into V-trigger from stand heavy kick. Close range. That's the money right there. That's what you want to do. Far range. You don't want that second step kick. You can do shit like that. Or, if you want to side switch, you can do something like that. That's cool, right? No bar, 245. That's pretty good. Oh, you crosscut? See, instead of crosscut, what I do follow is, like... I like hold down forward, and then when he finally goes back to the right side, last second, I do a grounded dragon punch. But that's what I like to do. Yeah, crosscut works. When I was on stick, I actually did the crosscut. You know, because his trigger makes him dash, and then you gotta like figure out what side you're on, what side they're gonna be on, all that stuff. So yeah, so that's how you want to go into trigger from a stand heavy kick. Let's see, what else does Banana Hair Ken want to do? Let's talk about, okay, so corner, right? Changes a little bit. I guess like if you want to spin bar, because first of all, now that he's in the corner, he gets the step kick, right? He also gets like cool shit like that. Yeah, generally speaking, if I land a crush anywhere near here, I'm just gonna go right into step kick. That's the bread and butter. If you're outside a range where, or like if you're in a range where you're gonna crush an extended button, I like to watch for the crush and then cancel into heavy tatsu. Because you can do shit like that, you know? And that especially hurts when you're in V-trigger. Like, that's nuts. But anyways, let's say I want to spend one bar. Probably wouldn't even spend it here, because 274 versus 266, yeah. Because that crush counter kind of killed it. And the metered move is at the end of the combo, so... if I get... Now, let's segue into his other... Actually, before we do that, we'll talk about spending meter, right? So let's say you want to add... so that's one bar, not too worth it. Let's say you want to spend 2 bars, though. Over, like, or 321 damage is pretty damn good for spending 2 bars. And if you want to spend super, I normally go into that. Okay. Now let's talk about the stand heavy kick. Or, actually... V-trigger. Let's say you get this, right? You can still go into double DP. If you want to spend a bar, double DP there, right? It's that grounded EX fireball. 2 is probably this. 382, but I don't know. That's, you know, you got, it's only 10 more damage and you spend a bar, so I don't know if I would do that. Alright, so stand heavy kick. Well, if I'm in trigger, I would do... Yeah, I would probably do that if I'm in trigger for CA. 462, not bad. Now, stand heavy kick. Let's say I'm outside of trigger. No bar, that's your damage right there. 1 bar. Right, pretty good, pretty good. All bars on the stand heavy kick, you're gonna want to. Oh wow. Oh, I can get that. But I think I just want heavy after. $424. So yeah, he gets like some pretty crazy like reset scenarios. After that heavy kick, which I usually go for if I'm not about to kill. 8 DP. Yeah, 4 DPs. Well, that one, right, so that would be off of this button. Yeah. Or, you know, let's say you're already in trigger. You could get it off of this too, right? Yeah, you're talking about the 3 DP combo. That one's really good. But it does require trigger. To go into trigger, I would probably... Actually, you know what? If I wanted to go into trigger from stand heavy punch off the crush, I'd probably do that, which is a really tricky combo, actually. Cause that's $299. And definitely gonna be your most. That's a pretty hard combo to do for somebody that's not used to the motion. Canceling this into medium punch, dragon punch. But anyways, yeah, so if you want to go into trigger for this, you could probably do something like that. Now, if you want to, now we'll talk about this guy, right? He gets combos like this, or you know, you can do stuff like this. Or I did the same thing, right? Do stuff like that, or oh, I guess I can't get that. So he gets that, but if he wants to go into trigger, then you can do. You gotta hit it mad low. Rah. Oh, of course. Yeah, you can do stuff like that if you want to go into trigger first. But you can also. Actually, can I get 3 if I do light? No, maybe. We're doing a little bit of a experimentation here, guys. Bear with me. Oh, is that a side switch? That sucks. Do I gotta crosscut that? No, that's fine. So yeah, I would probably. Can I cancel medium there? No, because it starts up too late. So I'd probably do the 3 DPs if I wanted to crush, and then go into trigger with this. So yeah. Oh yeah. If I'm already in trigger, then it's gonna freaking hurt like hell. It would. If I landed it. Something like that, or you know, something like that. He can go into super from that, so his hardest crush counter. Oh. You son of a gun. There we go, something like that. I can hit that first DP high if I want all 3 DPs, like guaranteed. But I want to hit that first DP when Ryu is falling to around where Ken's head would be if he was standing. Because as I said before, the deep light DP hits for more damage than the not deep light DP. So why am I getting fireball? Why am I getting fireball? There we go. Okay. We got it. We got it. We know how to play this character, I swear. Okay. So that's crush counter stuff. A lot of potential in crush counter stuff. A lot of ridiculous things in crush counter stuff. Oh. Yeah, you know what I mean? Ken gets a lot of... He's the flashiest character. Oh, come on. No. Oh, wait, actually. Can I get heavy there? Yeah. Oh, that works. I know it does. I don't want to cancel there. You son of a gun. Yeah, that's flashy as hell. I love that. If I can do it. Okay. But let's talk about counter hit. So this last bit, this will be the last bit of the optimal damage combo guide. And there'll be more discussions about Ken in later streams for sure. So I'm going to leave counter hit on, and I'm going to leave it off. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch characters real quick. Yeah, that combo is sick. I love that combo. Super good. That corner one, that's the one you're talking about, right, Ping? Dojo. And we're gonna pick my arch nemesis, also Ken. And I'm gonna have him wake up EXDP. The smartest option any Ken player can do on wake up. So, oh, you son of a bitch. Am I even a real Ken player? Okay. So I'll knock him down. That's right. Before they nerfed crush counters, right? Like a counter hit set to off, so it'll only counter hit him during the recovery of this. Do you? I don't. I don't even DB. Before they nerfed crush counters, the way to go, right, was to crush most reversals. For the most part, well, not for the most part, for a select number of characters, you can jump punish their EX reversals. Ken is one of those characters, right? You know, and if you want to spend a bar, you can really hurt him. Right, 365. Geez, that hurts like hell. That's your super punish, right? That sucks for Ken. But for characters where they're in a counter hit state, but you can't get a jump in punish. And a couple examples of this would be like like Colleen's counter, right? You can't get a jump in punish there, and it's tempting to throw your counter hit, your crush button, because it's easy. Single button, even more time to confirm, go into run, blah blah blah. Super Ken stuff. But now that crush counters are nerfed, you actually want to do some different things to get higher damage punishes. An example of that would be like, you know, aside from the wake up DP, let's say Ken is in a counter hit state because he just used Colleen's counter somehow in some Street Fighter universe. You want to do counter hit combos using your normal buttons. So if I want to hurt Ken like hell in a counter hit state without using a crush counter button, that's a pretty good one. Wait, no bar. Or let's say I want to use a bar. Let's say I want to go into super. That's your optimal super punish for a counter hit state. Now the reason it's good that this goes into this on counter hit is when somebody puts themselves into a counter hit state, you know, like Colleen's counter for instance, you're not going to have enough time to walk up to them to space yourself for this combo. But the good thing about stand medium punch is it brings Ken so far forward that even if you're not point blank, you still get all the hits of that dragon punch. Or all the hits of that medium kick Tatsu. If you're not super far out. Or, well, maybe. Hello. Ooh. Alright, so the spacing is a little tighter than I initially imagined, but you know. $265. $267 is the most I can get off the crush. But 309 is what I get just off a counter hit button, right? So there you go. $302, you know, let's say you're a little less than point blank, like here. There you go. I mean, you can also anything that'll counter hit, right? That'll counter hit into something else. So even double these or right, something like that, that still works. But if you want to go into super on somebody's counter hit state, this is the optimal way to do it. Okay? Definitely go for that. This is such a good amount of damage. You're not going to get this on a crush counter. And if you're in V-Trigger, right, just go for the 2 hits medium DP. So I don't see a lot of Kens do this. So hopefully, you know, they pick that stuff up. Okay. Another example of taking advantage of, like, well, not taking advantage of the scaling, but like maximizing your damage without having to use all of the mechanics that scale more, right? So for instance, I still have Ken waking up with EX, right? No, I don't. Yeah. Let's say I block the EX reversal. 295. Right? Because I activated before. There's just so much scaling involved with the V-trigger activation and the crush counter. Well, maybe you can even do something like this. Look at that, 332. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Oh, actually. Oh, that's not. Too early, too early. Ah, too late. $356. No crush counter needed. No crush counter needed. Activated V-trigger. I don't have counter hit on. And that crouch medium punch was a counter hit, so it was definitely during DP recovery. So yeah, so take that into consideration. Alright, I've kind of strayed a little bit away from optimal damage combos and into like conversions slash character specific punishes, but hopefully you guys get the idea with Ken's optimal stuff. I talked about jump in punishes, mid screen, corner, outside V trigger, going into V trigger while already in V trigger for all those jump ins, as well as 4-frame punish options surrounding any type of bar use, corner, center stage, 6-frame punish options, which is a common punish, right? 5 and 6 frame is actually pretty common. 4 is probably the most common, but 5 and 6 are pretty common. And crush counter overview. So hopefully that helps anybody that this video reaches out to. But yeah, he's a cool character. He's quick. He can be played many different kinds of ways. Well balanced defense and offense is gonna give you the most consistency in a Ken player. Yeah, so this will be on my channel, right, as a VOD, but also I'll throw it on my YouTube channel. And then I'll do a little, it's not going to be cut, so I don't know, what is this, an hour and a half? I guess that's not bad, right, for all of his combos. Depends on how much time you have. But in future videos, I'll talk about counter hit confirms, frame traps, playing the neutral, maybe the fireball game, I don't know. If I come up with an idea, I'll talk about it. One last thing I want to add to this, though, is that he has spacing slash stage specific like combo routes as far as damage conversions go, and I'll show you an example of that. Yeah, center stage. So normally he can't do that, right? If you want more damage, you got to go into EX Tatsu if you're further out. But if you're close to the corner and you're further out with your line breaker, you get options like that. You know, pretty good, pretty good. Another example of stage specific, or not stage specific, but spacing specific combos. This one especially Kens don't utilize, which is a shame. Is a line breaker from further out while you're in V trigger. Look at that damage. Look at that. 311 from Lion Breaker with 1 bar. And that'll just work anywhere. Well, anywhere mid-screen. You might be... I mean, you're not going to want to do it here because you can step kick into double TP. Right, 332. And it doesn't work in the corner anyway. But if you're further out, look at the damage that a lot of Kens are missing out on. Mid-screen, that's a great combo. Definitely add that. What is stage specific? Stage spacing specific, like corner or mid-screen. Yeah, let me just go for a wall bounce. Just show you all my wall bounce combos. Such a Tekken pro. You and your Tekken. But yeah, gotta have stage awareness with Ken to maximize your damage. Man, I like that snowman a lot. It's cool. Practice dashing. Alright, so yeah. Those are Ken's combos. There's obviously, like, just as segues or in between different talking points, I showed you flashy combos. He's got so many different combos. Which I think is like what kind of... One of the complaints about this game is that there isn't enough of a sandbox with combo routes for a lot of characters. And yeah, like, they're not optimal, but Ken still has so many different combos that... What the hell? Oh yeah, that's the thing. The juggle properties are weird there. You have to do medium. Yeah. He has so many different combo routes, and like that makes them fun. You know, like I could kill somebody. Like ending the game like that is so much more hype than seeing the same combo used over and over again, right? Oops. But yeah, he has a ton of combo routes. Thanks, yeah. You don't want that pain train? Oh man, not Abigail. Hell no. With a win ratio of 82. Oh shit. Gets you killed because they're more difficult. I don't know. Like, I'll never miss this one. I've done that one too many times, you know? That one is just a trial from Season 1. I mean, the other thing too is, like, from a low he can super. So that's pretty sick. And like, this has nothing to do with combos, so it'll probably be cut out of the video, but then like the depth goes into, like, look at that, other side, right? Boom. Same side. Other side. Same side. He's just got there's so much to this character that I hope other people like eventually see than just like, oh, wake up DP or DP and block strings or DP when I'm plus. You know, when I'm plus, you're plus. Yeah, they nerfed his loops, but that's oh well. What are you gonna do? Oh, you're talking about Gaia loops, right? Yeah, yeah. Oh, I can't. Okay. You listen here. Look at that. That's so ridiculous. Okay, I don't know what I'm doing now. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed that combo discussion. Maybe I should do this at the end of every video, right? I'll just have like a Q&A. So if you guys have questions about combos or a specific scenario where you didn't catch where the optimal stuff was just for the chat, or alright, Ball's got a question. What do you got? Hit me with the question. Ken Masters. Is God damn it. Mayonnaise. Mayonnaise is not an instrument. And neither is horseradish, follow. But thank you for your question. Thank you. That's very Ken related. Oh yeah. I have a setup. Okay, you have a setup question. Okay, a real one maybe? Maybe? Yeah, sure. Let me what do you got? What do you got? Yes, real. Okay, good. Okay. What is your question, sir? Your question. After the dive kick, is it stand medium punch or stand medium kick for the side switch mix-up? Okay, let me show you that mix-up real quick. Turn off counter hit. So I use stand medium punch. After the dive kick, I walk forward. I tap their ankles with stand medium punch, and I cancel that into run. As soon as the run ends, I press stand light kick, where he light kicks the other way, and then I'm on the same side. There's plenty of variations with this dive kick, if I can do it consistently. Right? To stay on the same side. You can definitely go to the other side easily. The thing about the stand light kick is that it looks like you side switch like so last minute. And I use this online all the time, and it gets so many different people. Now I'm pretty sure you can use stand medium kick though. Son of a bitch. You can still use stand medium kick. But I think you have to do it high, like... Oh, I fucked it up that time. I just dive kicks today. Yeah, so I think consistently, I like the stand medium punch better. My hands are just spaghetti right now. Super spaghetti. They're just so spaghetti. There you go. Jesus, good lord. Alright. Because I've tried to hit cap with it a few times, yeah. Yeah, I like stand medium punch. That's my favorite. That's the ticket. That's the one I saw Jones Arcade use. There you go. And it looks tricky enough, right? Okay, any other questions? You guys good? Excuse me, Matty Ice. Why can't you do dive kicks? Ugh. Oh yeah. Oh, I didn't get it. Oh, that doesn't work. Good for now, yeah. Yeah. So, actually, as far as defense against it goes, when I stand light kick to stay on the same side, I'm not plus there, and a lot of people don't know that because they're so focused on which way to block. If I go to the other side, obviously I'm plus, right? But if I stay on the same side, I'm not plus because I'm still, like, a lot of my advantage is being eaten up by the recovery of the stand light kick. No, you're not punishable, but you will be counter hit out of something. You're like -2, I think, something like that. But yeah, you're not punishable. You can still block. And actually, like look how tricky that is. Oh. Like with people that know that setup, I've like baited the reversal. Yeah, usually you're throwing 6 frame. No, yeah, so same side, not punishable. I mean, if you're throwing a 6 frame, you'll be counter hit, because if you don't press anything, you're -2. Like, if you do the stand light kick to stay on the same side, and then just block, you're -2 there. If you go to the other side, which means you didn't do the stand light kick, you're plus. So you can, the 6 frame will meaty, will hit a 3 frame on landing, will, yeah. Well, yeah. Yeah, for the most part. That's not like a bad way to go, is to go to the other side. But it depends on, like, you also don't want to corner yourself, right? And there's, you know, there's different ways you can set it up too. You know what I mean? You can do stuff like that, or he's got a lot of cool stuff. Always, right? Like talking, I feel like I'm talking to, like, you know, kids in a kindergarten that are like, okay, and then remember what you learned today. On wake up, EXDP, and the bell rings. Could also, you said always, so it's like, yeah, oh god, just another Ken stereotype. But yeah, alright. Thanks guys for watching. This has been Ken Masters Combos. It's in no way, shape, or form any kind of organized combo video, but hopefully it opened your eyes to, like, optimal combo damage, which isn't shown in a lot of combo videos. Ken? Oh, nice emote. Bushin. Alright, I'll check you guys later. Peace. And I'll upload this, and I'll link you guys the video. So, see you later. Night, night.